Welcome to the Kline May Realty Showcase. My name is Dee Dee Sencindiver, and I'm a realtor with Kline May Realty in Harrisonburg. If you see anything that interests you on the show today, please reach out and I'll be happy to help you with your real estate needs. As always, thanks to our sponsors. Enjoy the show.
We found this iconic image of the Shenandoah Valley, and in it, it had this wonderful mountain range. It had a sun setting, and it not only was a beautiful photograph, but it exuded a color palette that just seemed like if you lived here, you would recognize that color palette.
They thought about the things about our area that make it special. Incorporating all of that into our brand identity, I think it's genius.
Where you go as a brand agency is you look for inspiration from places of meaning. So for Kline May, we learned something about the Shenandoah Valley that is special. We heard it, and then we begin to research it. And through that research, we just see how this area is celebrated by the people who live here, who come here. You're a business, and your look is old. Doesn't that send some kind of message, even if it's subliminal, that that's kind of where your headspace is? You're set in your ways. You're not changing with the times.
I'm very excited with our rebrand. I think we're at a point that our rebranding will help reposition us in the market to excel all the more in terms of market share and also in terms of the millennial market.
Maybe a 23-year-old wants to work for a company that's got core values that are embedded deep within a legacy, but they want to work for a company that's changing and evolving. A new brand, a new look and feel, some new messaging is a great way to just create an invitation to come look at us and see if we're aligned. There is a modernness to this area here. This place is hip. It is welcoming, it's diverse. You want to send that message out that you understand that as a brokerage selling the area. So the tagline for the Kline May brand is "Be Moved." It's just a statement that I think expresses this passion for life. Like if you're going to do something, be moved by it. Don't just do something to do it. If you're going to buy a home, buy the one you feel the most passionate about. If you're going to sell it, pick an agent you're most passionate about. If you're going to join a brokerage, join one that moves you, that inspires you to be more than you can be. It's a two-word phrase that serves as an empty vessel to house a lot of good meaning and good intent. Today's agents are smarter. They're more self-aware of their role in real estate. They're the brands that people hire. They're entrepreneurial, they're business-minded. And Kline May, what I learned is like their understanding of that and their devotion towards serving that and supplying their agents with all the tools necessary to achieve success.
Whether you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, DuPont Community Credit Union has mortgage options to fit your life. With fixed and adjustable rate options that offer low down payments, DCCU's team of local mortgage advisors will advise you on the best mortgage option and guide you through the lending process, from pre-approval to making memories in your new home. Start your home buying journey today at mydccu.com. Home buyers beware. That's Virginia's motto. So do not buy someone else's problems. Never skip the home inspection. Even if you're buying as is or FYI, for your own protection, get a home inspection from Aztec Home Inspections. We provide home buyers with thorough and informative home inspections, radon testing, and mold testing. Get protected during your home buying process. Know before you buy. Schedule online at aztechomeInsp.com.
My favorite part of Night to Shine is watching the men and women get crowned. It brings tears to my eyes. There's so much joy that comes from that. It's just incredible just to see the excitement that I know they get from this once a year.
So the guests that come, we really want them to feel special. They feel that there are people in this community who genuinely love them. Night to Shine is a prom night experience for people with special needs. This event is sponsored by Tim Tebow Foundation that started this in 2015 with a few pilot churches in the state of Florida. And our church became involved in 2016 when other churches were invited to be a part of it.
So Night to Shine is one of the greatest things to bring the community together. There are, I think, over 40 churches and other organizations represented here, so we can come together and we can just be with the people and just show them just love, everything that they deserve to have. And it's just a great thing to bring the community together, bring all the people together, and just have a good time, party all night.
Tonight, they're going to come to Church on the Hill and register.
And then they're served a meal up there. They get to have their prom meal before they get down here to the dance.
We have hair and beauty and shoe shine. And so we provide those services for them down there.
They then get in a limo, which they get to ride through a little bit of the town and come down all together. Once they get down to Cornerstone, they're walking down the red carpet. They get a corsage or one on their wrist.
And the paparazzi team is going to be cheering for them. And those who have sensory issues, we won't be cheering with our voices. We'll be clapping like this. We'll have signs that say, "We love you, welcome," all that.
And they're going to get crowned with a tiara, or the men get a crown, and then they get to dance the night away. There's so much sugary stuff here, donuts and cupcakes for them to snack on as they're here too.
I know that there's a lot of volunteers who are from Kline May tonight, and that's really awesome. And then there's other Kline May agents that are going to be buddies. They're going to be working in respite. There's all kinds of areas, and so we're so grateful for Kline May and for the volunteers that have come, and we just hope that they'll have such an incredible experience that even more agents will want to be a part of this.
It's great being a part of Kline May, all the community outreaches and different things that we're involved in, not just with Night to Shine, but other things throughout the year. I know different agents work with other organizations, and with Karen, she has really sought her time into this event as well as others too. It's great being a part of Kline May and being able to give back to the community. I hope this event continues for a very long time, and that more people will continue to volunteer and reach out and be a part of it, but also that more guests will be able to come and experience just everything that happens here.
To be able to throw them a party, there's no money and there's no words that could ever be enough for that.
Hi, I'm Karl Waizecker, Principal Broker at Kline May Realty. Thanks for joining me again for Q&A with Kline May. As always, we're going to start out with a new coffee today, and this one is from Pete's, and you've heard me say before, this is one of my favorite brands of coffee. This one is called Big Bang, which I have not tried before. That's a really nice medium roast. Kind of strong, but not super rich. Really nice. Our question today is kind of timely, and that is, what in the world has happened to first-time buyers? First-time buyers often make up maybe as much as 40% of the market, and in 2022, that segment really shrank. The combination of a super competitive market where folks were often being outbid by cash buyers, either investors or folks who had equity in a home they were selling, or when the interest rates started to tick upwards a little bit in the second half of the year, it just priced people out. So those younger people became a very unusually small percentage of the market, especially in the second half of the year. And that's made it really tough. That has trickled down to the rental market, because when those first-time buyers, who are kind of at the lowest end of the home buyer food chain, are priced out of that home buyer food chain, they then take their money and become renters and can outbid some of those other renters, and that's been part of the reason rents have driven up so high. So we're all hoping that as interest rates drop, as they have over the last couple of months, those millennials, those first-time home buyers will have a chance to get back into the market. I think if you find yourself in that group, the number one thing you should do is sit down and talk with a local lender or a local realtor about what your options are. Don't accept the idea that you can't buy a house. There are a lot of creative ways for folks to get around those higher interest rates right now. And there are a lot of creative ways to make an offer based on your particular financial situation. So the key is to talk to a local expert and get some advice. If you'd like to see what's going on in the market, as always, there's a link right below that'll take you to the listings that have hit our market in the last 2 weeks. If you've got a question for me or a coffee you'd like me to try, please send that to questions@klinemay.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
We all want to give our kids the best of everything, the best nutrition, the best education, and the best place to grow up. Even the air they breathe. Lennox strives to provide the best air quality for your family's home, free of indoor air pollutants.
At Landis Heating and Air Conditioning, they can install a Lennox customized comfort system in your home. Let Landis sweat the details so you can relax in comfort. Call my friends at Landis Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Get up to $1,700 in rebates.
Our mission is to bring hope and healing to survivors of human trafficking and exploitation. They're called survivors for a reason. They've survived a lot. They're very strong and resilient people, and we want to give them that hand up to become thriving, happy individuals that know that they can go on to be very successful.
Hi, Kristen and Jesse. Thanks for meeting me today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Kristen, can you tell me how girls come to know about your organization and how they get services provided from Magnolia Rose?
Specifically for the cottage, it is referral basis only from law enforcement. Typically, when we get these girls, they're not eligible for a trauma center or human trafficking shelter in the state of Virginia, and so the cottage is filling that gap. We are the only emergency human trafficking shelter in Virginia.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you all do here?
Sure. So right now, Magnolia Rose is kind of in 3 different phases in what we offer. The first is our retail store that we employ survivors, and they work alongside volunteers. All of the proceeds from the retail store goes directly back to the victims and survivors that we work with. We also have an emergency human trafficking shelter, which we call our cottage. Our third is we will be opening a drop-in center come spring to provide services to at-risk girls in the city of Waynesboro and surrounding communities. We provide mentoring and give them job skills and life skills.
We help victims access counseling and therapy. A lot of our survivors want to go back to school. We also help them with life skills, learning how to do a budget, learning how to cook.
That's wonderful. You use volunteers to help run the store. Jesse, can you tell me where these volunteers come from?
Volunteers are so crucial to our mission, so they can help us in a number of ways. First, if they're interested, they can go to our website and see all the different ways they can get involved. We need shop managers that can show victims like how to manage a budget and how to run a cash register and talk to customers and build up those soft skills that they may need. And we also have volunteers that can provide childcare. Volunteers can come from anywhere. We have university students that volunteer with us. We have folks that are retired that come to us and provide mentorship to the girls.
I've been involved with social service side of our community for a long time. It's a passion of mine as being a survivor from a domestic violence situation in my younger years. I'm so pleased to bring Kline May here to your front door to allow you to tell us about Magnolia Rose and the impact you have in the community where we all live.
For Kline May to focus and give back to the community and the nonprofits, Jess and I would not be able to do what we do. And the girls would still be victims and not survivors.
And Kline May really represents, I think, that warm, welcoming spirit that the Shenandoah Valley has.
Absolutely.
We could have picked anywhere to open our nonprofit, but we chose the Valley because of how special the community is here.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot the end. Thank you for watching. How can you get the first part and not the end? We'll see you next week. Good enough. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks again to our sponsors, and we'll see you next week.